What's good? Ooh. Looks pretty good for a dump right now. Did anyone take a short this morning or this afternoon? I don't know why people are trying to long. I'm seeing some other streams. People are just trying to long this dip. There's like no point of longing this at all. Look how big this gap is right here. This 4 hour gap, right? It's gotta get filled up. We're approaching this gap right now. Let's see if we bounce. There's a little hip right here as well. If we get a strong reaction off of this, then this could probably recover. He got this price and bounce up here. But we have this week opening gap right here too. The giant week opening gap right here. And it hasn't even tested it, hasn't even touched into it yet either. I think it can, there's a good chance this is drawing towards this and week opening gap. Might get a bit of a retrace, but so far these hourly candles are showing us that it's pretty bearish right now. As always, wait for the sushi break. Yesterday's sorry, last night's sushi break was pretty crazy. The 5 minute popped up and it just ran all night after. So let's see. If we get popped down, it might run all the way down here overnight. So far, every index looks pretty weak right now. We had this displacement upwards, and we even had a change to the delivery up here, and that failed too. So that's how you know the market is pretty weak right now. Unless this is just a retracement, and if we get a significant bounce above this value gap, I think it might be worth taking long. Provided we get a 5-minute closure above this level up here too. Right now it's hard to say. We're just in between the first 50-minute range right here, Tokyo. But I still think we're going down to this level down here. Pretty crazy moves after pre-market. It opened up. Had a nice Judas swing down. But no, we didn't hit 30K actually. We're like 10 points off from 30K. Right, 5 points off from 30K. We're really close. But this was the ultimate psychological trap right here. 30K is like a new era, basically. But like everyone got debated up here. But like because today was a half day too, right? In the AM session. So it traps so many people. Now it's reversing down. And hopefully it touches this end log right here. And then we can have a nice bounce up to. Because we do have accumulation up here, right? Manipulation down here. And continue upwards. I think we have a flathead too. Yeah, the week start off as a flathead. You don't see that very often. The flat ass candle. Literally no wick. As soon as it opened, it pumped. This was Sunday open. As soon as Sunday opened, it just pumped. Has been going up since then. Now it should come back down. But we need to see evidence of more movement downwards, though. There's a bit of an internal SMT right here too, but I don't think it's gonna. The thing is that this fair value gap right here has to hold for it to go down further. Like it can wick up, no problem, but the close has to be below the midway point of this. We don't want to see any body closures above this at all, including for ES as well. The only thing that's making me hesitate a little bit is this hippo right here, this hourly hippo. Because we did pierce through it, right? And this hourly candle is about to close as well. So the next hourly candle can't close below this low now. And if we can form like a breaker or whatever, then we could have a nice recovery back up. And look at the 5-minute chart. If we can close above this, then 30K is probably next. But I think we'll come down here though into the week opening gap. Let's see if this BPR holds though. It's kind of weird to slow it down now, considering how fast it was moving beforehand. Kind of lame. I was expecting some more fluid price action for this whole move. Order flow is still pretty bearish though. So I had a nice little internal liquidity rate. But the real test is whether it's gonna make a new high up here. Now let's see where this is at in the go back range. This kind of makes sense now because like we're looking at the 243 go back range, showing us that we've already rated the external high up here, right? And we rejected the high of the range as well in this PO3 range. So there's a high probability that we will most likely come back down to this low, which lines up exactly with the new week opening gap. So, but we need to see some kind of evidence, right? Because this idea can also get invalidated if we push up here more and inverse this gap, right? So this gap right here can't be inversed. Okay, but if we do tap into it and start closing bearish again, then we're most likely going to be hitting this level down here. Now, what would be wild is that if this flathead opening price for the whole week stays intact, then I would be very, very surprised. And that'll probably ruin the whole week for me. There's a lot of mixed signals right now. Ideally, I want to see like you can try to short it if you want, but I just like to have this extra confirmation with sushi break low on both the 5 minute and the 15-minute chart with a fair value gap to support it. Those three criteria have to be met. You know, with an obvious draw on liquidity too, right? So the biggest draw on liquidity right now is going to be this week opening gap right here. Ideally, but at the same time, we also have this price imbalance up here too. So the lots of mixed signals right now. So ES is starting to make a new low almost. YM's already starting to push lower. The only thing I can see happening is if NQ creates an SMT with both ES and YM. I mean, it sort of already has, so it's gotta be careful here now. The hourly closed pretty nicely here too. Notice how it's just hanging around in this 1 hour hippo right here. We need to see a break below now. Or not just boppy as hell. Swear to God, if this if this market blew its load already from up here, then that's gonna suck. There we go. Now we get some movement. Like in this 5 minutes, but it closed below this low right here. 15 minutes, still has 5 minutes to go, but we're getting there. Wow. Look at that close. The last hope for Bears is going to be this next 5 minute close now. There's also the 15 minutes about to close as well. This don't look like no normal stop hunt to me. Yeah, reduce the. Okay. Is it gonna take a big shit right here? Or is it gonna trap all the bears and then start running back up again? So far, everything looks pretty bearish to me. Notice how the 2 standard deviation lines up with the midpoint of this n log over here. Wait, negative 2.5. This is the 2 to 2.5 range is usually where price could reverse, so kind of funny how it lines up exactly with the sushi range. Just saying. Oh man. Is this 5-minute really gonna close this wick in here? And the 15 minutes was about to close as well. Literally 1 more minute left. If we can flash dump in 1 more minute, then it's gonna sink down here. If not, then we gotta wait another 15 minutes. So what could happen is we could just retrace into this BPR, and I want to see some kind of evidence of a lower lows forming, and then dump down here. I think the best trap would be, price coming up, like this, and then forming a fake IFAG, and then boom, crashing down. Four-hour. Thing is that we didn't touch previous week high yet either. There's still a lot of inefficiencies to fill from this low all the way down to previous week high. I'm not gonna fall for this for any traps right here. Is the quality of the stream okay? Like the picture quality? There's no close. Crossing. Oh yeah, did anyone trade today? After I warned them not to? This price action was so bad. Literally no good moves this morning at all. Like, I mean, you have this liquidity rate up here for the open. When you see the open run like this many points, like 40, 30, 40 points, and you know it's gonna be a pretty shitty session. The 1 hour IPO is still holding up here. Here. Need to make its high and then start moving downward. Okay, the 5-minute PPR hit. Let's see if we get a decent reaction off of this. Look at the MNQ chart. It didn't even hit it. Same exact level here. Now I'm kind of conflicted because usually they should both be hitting the same confluence point. Nice reaction so far. Since the first test was checking to see if this BPR will hold, it looks like it's holding. I do want to see 5-minute closure below this low right here now. If we can get that, then I think it would be a really good short into this here. So it looks something like this. Short retest up here. Keep your stop loss above the next swing high, the last swing high, sorry. And then target this level here for 2 to 1. That would be the ideal scenario. So so this low is like a big bug repellent right now. All right, getting a decent move in now. About 6.5 minutes until the next 15-minute closure. But so far, it's looking pretty good. There's just some little fair backups you can try to get into. Still, hey. Okay, if I fail to close below this value right here, I'm gonna use the washroom quickly. Otherwise, I'm gonna hold it in. Oh shit, what the hell happened? We can't have an SMT down here. Not what we want. Of course, the 5 didn't close below again. That's bait. Oh man. Been trapped inside this 15-minute range for ages now. Okay, I'm gonna use the washroom real quick. Alright. I'm telling you, this low is like fucking like a bug repellent right now. This 15-minute count has about a minute and a half left. So let's see. Anything can happen now. I'm about to blast off soon. Really awesome. This is pretty horrid price action right now. Oh my god, come on. Still, hey? Still. What the actual fuck? Okay. You're gonna do us dirty like that? I know I'm a little stingy, but you know, that's the price you pay. It's showing some good signs though. You know, that wants to go down. There hasn't been any kind of bullish indication just yet, so go with the flow. I think we're about to get our confirmation soon. They didn't let Panic a little tiny fair value gap, so I think as soon as we get a closure, we could add one at the exactly the same time, then add an additional one up here. We don't want to see price come back above here. Then we're gonna target down here. It's 5-1. It's not bad. Let's see if we get it. But like, since this is Asia, just risk like 0.25 R or something, you know, or half an hour. Don't go full R. We save the big guns for New York. Asia can be like a double-edged sword, right? It can go your way, or it won't. The whole point of all these tests are to make sure that we're going in the right direction with NQ during Asia. Many examples in the past, right, where you have a breakout and it goes in one direction, right after confirmation. Sometimes it doesn't because of news or anything else, right? But usually it goes in one direction, so that's what we're gonna bank on. So we have our first confirmation. 5 minute close below the 15-minute opening range low. And also the 15-minute has about 9 minutes left for it to close, but I think entering the 5 minute is pretty safe. So a small starter, and then once the 15-minute closes, add one more, and then drop all the way down to here. Looks like yes might be leading the way. If you let him with like a couple micros here, then you want to take off one micro over here at EDH. Are you in, Jadello? Let's go, dump it. Let's go. Pretty beautiful trade, isn't it? Hey. Now we have to keep a close eye on both ES and YM. Any kind of reverse can send this back up too. But overflow is pretty bearish, so even if we have a little pop, I think we can add an extra position to dollar cost average into it. As long as you maintain your risk, you don't need to go too ham. But the thing is that if it does pull back up here, we shouldn't go above the swing high over here. Shouldn't. On flush break. This is the part where you want to take a partial and go break even then, because like once it hits this over here, we don't want to go back up again. You just want to go straight down towards this weak opening gap. Okay, we took out the one man bounces. Both of these. There's a giant gap over here too, so the next 3 minutes will tell. If this thing runs back up again, then it's probably not gonna be a valid trade then. So there's 3.5 minutes left. That will determine its fate. I really was hoping they wouldn't fill that 5 minute gap that was forming there. A 2 minute gap right. Get rid of this. Because it didn't even hit this level here either. Like these two, I'm here. But this 15 minutes about to confirm the trend as well too. When it closes below this low here, There's one more minute left. All right. We finally have a 15-minute closure below sushi low. Up a little bit. We should reject here. To tap into this 820 level here. I wouldn't want to see it form a swing low over here. That'd be kind of sketchy then afterwards. The worst part is how like second sushi range forms in such a discounted area too. Kind of annoying, but I take what we can get. I just want this 5 minute to close like below right here, below 790. Gonna need to see a flush soon. Flush down here, and then I'll call it a day or nighty. Ninth is annoying. We waited so long for this closure to happen and put some promise. Now we need to see some follow through now. Oh, how long are we gonna do things on? If we get a 15-minute candle closure above this lower here, then if I'll go. Oh, it's so dirty. I'd be very cautious if this 5 minute candle goes above this one. Mm, we're in a sketchy area now. Okay, we're barely above each other range. It's not a big deal. This is the second this closes back below this range, it's gonna dump pretty hard. Just can't engulf this handle. The next 15 minute handle here. That would suck. If this thing close below here and inverses gap right here, it would be pretty good extra confirmation. Breakthrough, retest, and then dump down. Resume the bearish order flow. We just can't get above this swing high up here. That's the risk we take in this markets. If you're trading Asia of all times. People close on the 15-minute candle here. If it engulfs this, then probably not a good idea to keep pull that short. Still really no SMT on the bottom here. Yes, it's trying to push up a little bit more. And same with YM. If NQ can lead the dump, then these will follow the same. All right, it's it's 10 o'clock. Still not seeing any major movements just yet, so I'll give this 30 more minutes. If we don't do anything, then after that. It looks like it might pull back a bit higher up. The only thing left is to invert this fair value gap right here and start making some new lows and validate the swing low. Otherwise, I think this might pull back up higher. It's pretty lame because it was so nice before when it opened up, ran really nicely, but now it's just being a turd. This might be cooked. The next 15. Just can't have it close above here for these bodies over here. Yeah, it's starting to look like that. Uh, it looks like an A. So, I mean, it's okay if this is raids over here and forms an SMT from this wiki. That'd be a good. Nice trend line forming though. We can get some closures below the quarter level of this range over here. Pretty close, right at the edge here. Again, we don't want to see a closure above this level here. Otherwise, that would indicate a bullish move because then this will be a confirmed order block, the confirmed value gap, and you say the delivery on top, and then it would push up even higher. That's the only risk left. We need to see a fat rejection here now. The timer stopped working on my trading view. What the fuck? Failing to push lower. This is gonna pop pretty hard. I was feeling I could get a closure above this, but you don't know. Yeah, it's gonna push. We're nice to see the ES rate this high up here than for S&P. We can get a rejection here. Finally, this is a snooze fest so far. 5 minute keeps rejecting up here. Should at least pull back into here, but I think I want to see this gap get flipped. Oh, pretty crazy wicks. Silver is really bad too. What the hell's this silver? Oh, boy. Thank God we didn't close above this yet. Now we really need to start pushing down. We need to start seeing some more candles close below the sushi low right here. And I was wondering why I'm streaming Asia, just so I can get away from the kids. Asia has its moments too. It can run really well or it can be complete dog shit. Alright, this is the final test here. It really needs to close below this opening range low and also this fair value gap here. Then we'll be golden. So it should dump all the way down here then afterwards. Painful pullback. Very, very painful pullback, but let's see if it wants to hold. You guys know the rest. So close. One more minute. You can close below this and get a nice rundown. If they had a 5 minute candle closure above any of these candle closures above here, then I'd be freaking out a little bit because then it's like, okay, I've changed state of delivery now, and they have a fair value gap supporting that, so it would bazooka up here, but thankfully nothing closed above here. Making a really nice projection now. Fortunately, it didn't close below the opening range low, but yeah. And the minute this flips over to this 5 minute gap is when the chaos will start. Yeah, it's this P is really annoying. It's just chopping around. Fuck. I guess because we had a pretty big range for opening range, right? We looked at yesterday, right? We had a really nice range, and then it just broke out immediately and just ran like crazy, right? You know, some days it's gonna happen. Some days it's not gonna be clean. Some days it'll be choppy, right? Like for example, on last Thursday, it's gonna be choppy, right? But there will be some days where it's choppy. Some days we'll have super clean breaks and just running through all night, right? So it is what it is. I really hate trading all time high price actions. It's the fucking worst. But we gotta figure out how to make a bag somewhere, right? Instead of complaining. So far, nothing. Nothing. There's no freaking way we don't hit this level right here. Like, it wouldn't make any sense if it didn't. At least come back down here. The bright side, we have a little 5-minute gap formed here, so that could be ideal. All right, volume slowed down quite a bit. Just jerky reaction, nothing will follow through. So I think I'm gonna call it a night. Um, yeah, it sucks we didn't get a crazy move, but okay, we'll catch one tomorrow night, and also during New York AM in the premium group too. So just, that's the reality of tradings, right? Just sometimes you won't get anything. Wait. It was nice to have everybody on tonight and chill with everybody. So good warm up for tomorrow, and let's kill it then. All right. Without further ado, then we'll see you tomorrow.